Anyways, here I am. What's going on? Getting my chair ready. Well, obviously I have two fat heads right here. Um, I wasn't gonna do this video because I just did a video a while ago on some cascades, but I kind of gotten a really cool before and after. So when people ask me, what is it, they see me rip it apart, but they don't really. And I show you before and after, but it's really hard to get an idea unless you can really look at it. So today's goal was to. I've already did one, and then here's one I'm going to do live right now. But I wanted to show you. It's a little bit cold in LA, so I was wearing my jacket. Um, this one, the head basket's loose, and this hasn't been done yet. But that's a factory ribbon. Let me get my glasses on here. So this is, I haven't touched it, haven't done anything, still sealed with these, with this silver tape. That's just a screen. Can't really get to the ribbon. But you can look at it. It's kind of just hanging in there like a hammock. So all Cascades, Pinnacles, Golden Age, they're all pretty much Chinese mics. And they all come with the same transducer. This is out of an MXL R144. But it's the same theory, even if it's not done in the same factory, these mics are identical. And then also I have this Golden Age here that I did, same thing, inside. And just to show you, it's the same mic, minus the branding. And obviously the head basket too. I really like these. These are the Golden Ages. The reason I like these because Nady's RSM4s are identical. When Golden Age made their mics, that's why they look like Nady's RSM4s, because it is a Nady RSM4. Same thing. But they branded it different, raised it about $100, $150, and there you go. And then this is a Cascade, different grill. And then even Nady's, the new RSM5s, which are great too, they have more of an egg shape. So yeah, man, it's really, really crazy on what a difference, or no difference it is to have the same microphone branded three different ways. Pinnacle. Now, in defense of Fatheads, the owner, or I think the originator of these, passed away. And then, so then they came out, not Cascades anymore, but it's under Pinnacle. I think it's the same family. So we have Pinnacles, Cascades, Golden Age, Nady's, same identical mic. Nady's are $50 online. Same mic is a $300 Cascade. So if you can find a Nady RSM4 or even the newer ones, RSM5s, send them to me, and I'll make them sound like $1 million, or I make them sound like $1,200. So the reason I'm doing this video was to technically show you the difference of before and after. And I have another good example too. This mic I'm actually selling. This is a Golden Age I've already done, which is identical to these. Write me in my, DM me in my social media. I think I left my email and even my, you can find me on Instagram. You can write me and inquire about this. I had 4 of these. This is the last one. Technically, it's a Cascade, but it's branded under Golden Age. Yeah, same mic. Sure, Mark Marley. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the side. So all this hoopla was about before and after. That's why I wanted to do this video on the Cascade, because I just did one. Oh God, I'm boring myself. Oh, it's been a long day. So here's before. Not touched. I haven't worked on it, but I will work on this tonight. And then this is the one I did. Massive difference. I mean, if you don't know what this is, these are ribbon mics. That aluminum foil in the middle is just exactly what it is. It's foil, but it's corrugated, which adds those lines. I almost have 2 to 1 what they have here. Not exactly, but almost. And you can see that's almost a quarter of an inch, the gap between those lines, and mines are filling in those gaps even in between these. So when I get a mic, by doing this, this will have more mids and highs, and because I've cut it custom to the magnets, I'll get 3 to 6 dBs of more loudness out of this. It's corrugated with symbolically like a Royer ribbon. As you'll see when I do this one, I don't use paper to corrugate it. I believe that adds a finer teeth to the foil and gives it more lines, which I think add more to mids and highs. And this one is just kind of more of a roly-poly, hilly corrugation, really soft and round. And it sounds exactly that. It's kind of soft and round and dark, and it's just okay. But this one is going to sound awesome. So when I get the mic, that's kind of like where you go. And that's why I'm doing this video tonight, because I can actually show you a before and after. So if you can look at the ribbons, I'll hold them together so I'm not just trying to like, sleight of hand. You can see the difference. And this is factory, and this is the one I just did. And even though the yellow looks cool, but technically that's just shipping tape. And that's what all the Chinese mic companies use, so I use the same thing. Yeah, so you can see all the inconsistencies in that ribbon, and this is just freshly done, so it looks tight, and it is tight. Yep, so that's before and after. And to give you an idea, so it's not just a fluke, earlier today, I had done an Avaton, and there's a video for this as well. And I have one more to do in this one, but this one you can tell, this is the factory, and this is the one I just did. So once again, these are really super sick. They look like, I never knew these were stereo ribbons. I had seen these before, no idea. So they're called Avaton CR14s. I think these are expensive, a few, 300, maybe plus. But on the used market, I don't know if anyone know what they are. So if you get them, you can send them to me. But yeah, once this is done, like I said, this one will be 3 or 4 dBs louder than this one. And once I dual them up with the same ribbon in that one, that's it. So that's kind of what I'm showing you. At least you see what I'm doing. That's a big deal. This is factory made in China. This is me doing this in LA. And this corrugation and the design and the resilient of the ribbon is like a Royer, which means it's stronger than, it's so strong I can put it through gears and it's not going to shred apart. And that's the difference. There he is. Got used for about 200. There he is, man. That's a good deal. He's back at it. So, yeah, I was just talking about your mic, about how resilient it is now with that. And dude, and honestly, when you get this, I'm talking to actually the guy that sent those to me. If you see in my descriptions, it's whatever, man. Hey, did you see that post I did regarding, what does it say? He goes, whatever. What is it? Oh my God. It's the United States of whatever. Did you see that video I posted of that? Anyways, I forgot the name of the band, but the guy's singing, it's the United States of whatever. And he talks about, all these different things, man. Totally. Yeah, aren't you supposed to be sleeping? So anyways, yeah, so this is your mic, the one you just saw me do earlier. And like I said, that was the factory. And then this is the one I just did. Ollie, that's right. And that is the difference. I mean, you can see I'm almost double the lines of this one, which is, once again, this isn't too bad, but this will be darker and murkier, and this one's going to have its fidelity back. So I didn't film your other one getting done because I already did one, and I wanted to kind of touch base with these to show people before and after as well. So this is, once again, the factory, and this is the one I did. And using, Liam Lynch, oh my God, right? And so that's pretty much it, So when you get these mics, the ribbons are what it's all about. People have U67s, which tubes, Marlar, whatever. There's so many factors in tube microphones that have a lot to do with the sound. Ribbons are the same way, except they're all made the same. And it's only the ribbon that dictates the different and the quality of the sound. So let me get to this one. I got some more ribbons to do. I got another Avatone to do. So yeah, so let's get to this. Like everyone, it's already almost 10 o'clock on the West Coast, and I've had a long day. I've got to get some rest, and I got some mics to do, including your mic, motherfucker. And that's it. So great example. This one's done. I'm gonna put this back on it, and I'll put the screws on it when I'm finished. Yeah, I wish I had some cool music to play while I'm doing this. So, first thing at hand, besides doing the ribbon in this one, is that these are loose, and it was the same as the last one. And this isn't like something that's crazy. You can see it almost moving in there. The worst scenario is if these are stripped, then I'll have to put some kind of epoxy or glue in them. But I'm just going to tighten these up first so I can work on it. I don't want to break these either. I think it's massively loose. Holy shit. I didn't do anything. Hold on. That is pretty bad too. Coming out. Yeah, look at that. Crazy. Tight. Nope. It's totally loosey-goosey. All right. So now it's not loose anymore. We can work on it. So I'm going to remove this tape here. Chris, what's up? Yeah, man, that Avatone is totally cool, right? Yeah, my buddy that's his Avatone is here. He got them for about 200 on the used market, I believe. I think initially there were more than that when they first came out. But kind of blown away by those. I think there's one called a Titan. I want to say it's made by CAD. I've done a few of those ones, and I've done 2 other of the Avatones. And the first Avatone, I made a mistake. I didn't know it was a double ribbon. This guy called me up, hey, how much to do ribbon? Oh, it's the same. It's always $250. And I open it up. I'm like, fucking shit. I got double whammy here. But yeah, I mean, I would say this, either that Avatone or getting a Titan is a really cool mic to have in your arsenal because it sounds different. It's almost like covering real estate. Like that ribbon, one's negative and one's positive. So it's almost like when you have a fishing net, you just throw it out there with the bigger fishing net you get a lot more sound. I think that's the way, that's the theory. And that mic is just covering a wider area, and it's just taking a bigger picture sonically. I mean, nothing to argue about that. Because this is my United States of whatever. All right. So this is just strictly to protect the ribbon from going outside. This is to keep the ribbon in, because when sound pressure hits it, and if you can tell right there, it's almost falling out. That ribbon screen in the bottom is the only thing keeping that from hanging out the bottom, technically. Yeah, man, I can't wait to hear back from you the results of this. Please, once you get them, let me know. I'd love to hear back what the difference is. And I'm glad that you got to use it, that you're very familiar with the sound of the mic. So this way, when you get it, it should be refreshing. All right. So I'm going to take off the brackets. I'm wearing my jacket because I'm in an industrial building and it's not even that fucking cold here. It's maybe 60 or a little bit below, but the building is just fucking cold. It feels a lot colder than it is. I don't know if that's because of humidity. I'm not sure. Honestly, I have a crazy story about those. If you don't know anything about me, which most of you probably wouldn't, if you search Tape Op magazine, and search Manny in China, for 2 years I traveled around China on my own money to record all the most fucked up bands I could find. And I actually flew to Shanghai because I contacted SE Microphones and I met Sui, the owner. And I've actually been to the factory for SE Microphones in Shanghai, China. It looked like an old tank factory. Sui let me grab some Voodoos. I got two of them. I got two T2s. And it all came about because in my old studio, I used to have one of the original first SE microphones, and it was made in China. When I got the idea, I would fly to China on my own dime and record all the fucked up bands I could find and carry my own gear and live off the land. I contacted SC, but they were in Europe. It didn't make any sense to me, and they said, "Oh, but we're distributing for them. Here's the email for Sui." So I spoke with Sui. He picked me up. They picked me up in like a nice posh, like a limo. Took me out to some factory in the middle of nowhere, and I met him. And he let me put as many SE microphones as I could in my backpack. And for 2 years, I traveled around China. So if you ask me, do I know SEVRs? Yes, I do. And shockingly, they were my favorite ribbon mics for a lot of years. And then I stopped using them because there's a little bit of a tone thing I would hear in them. Maybe mine were just going bad. And eventually I got one here on the table to work on. And when I opened it up, I was pretty much blown away. Super sick microphone, super legitly made, wonderful original design. There's nothing about Sui's SEVRs that they're different. They're absolutely different than any other mic I've looked at. And it was pretty innovative the way it was put together. So I have nothing but kind things to say about SE. And without talking about them too much, I don't get a lot of them that come in. I think it's because they're still working and studios have them and studios like them. And I don't think there's any issues with them. I think people just dig them. So that's probably why I don't have a lot of them, and I've only done a few, but I got nothing good things to say about SE, especially just regarding SE in Shanghai, China. And I was there at the factory, if you can fucking believe that shit. Get that out there. But that's for another day. That was some crazy shit. And then after Shanghai, I flew to Beijing. Then I flew to Hong Kong. Then I traveled to Shenzhen. Then I lived in Chengdu, China. And then back to Hong Kong. And then I lived off and on in Singapore. And in between, I flew back and forth to mainland China. Um, and I used the SE microphones the whole time. Yep, I haven't been up to too much. The last thing was I did have at one time all the Rupert Neves. But a weird thing happened, speaking of China. I had a partner, and when I had gone to China, he had convinced his wife, who was pretty much how the credit card, that he wanted to build a studio in his garage. He was tired of taking care of a big commercial space, which was my old studio. So without telling me, while I was in China, he moved out with all my gear. And when I came back from China, I didn't have a studio. And one thing I will say, thanks to Sui and SE, I basically just moved in with all the mics and all the gear that I traveled with, and I made my new studio, and that was it. So it was a little bit of a heartbreak because he took all the Neves. But anyway, so this is the ribbon that's in there. It's got a little bit of a film on it, but I think it's, it almost feels like it's plastic a little bit. I always question these ones if they're like somehow coated with the plastic and aluminum. It always has a weird feeling to me, but let me just see. Yeah, see how there's like a little plastic? I don't know. This is an old mic. I mean, the Chinese make imitation eggs and shit. I don't know if it's easy for them to make imitation foil. But I'm trying to see how it feels when I crumple it up. It's pretty thick. Oh, I dropped it. Ah, whatever. All right. So that's my SE story. I need a drink of my Pellegrino. So if you're watching, just tune in. This is a ribbon mic. Hold on now. Thank you, Chris, for that question. Super Ghost to hear me drink, but my face is right in front of the mic. I mean the mic on the phone. All right. I need to put this on the bracket. So if you're new here, you can definitely subscribe if you're into this stuff. If you're a producer, musician. Also, if you want to become a member, I have some videos coming up for my members only that I'll be showing you. In 4 years of designing, I made my own ribbon mic. And the next day, I'm getting back to prototype. And there's some legal things I need to get covered before I can show it here. But I'm only going to show it to my members. So if you're not a member, eventually I'll show it. But for my members, my homies and my chicas, I'm definitely going to be premiering that to you. So if you can become a member, that'd be great. If you can subscribe, that'd be great. Also, weirdly enough, you can buy me a coffee or Pellegrino. There should be a thank you icon somewhere around the description, and you could buy me a coffee. I take it. I love it. And to be honest with you, about once every month or 2 months, I get paid out. And it's enough for me to go to the store and buy things I need for the studio to keep on doing this. Waters, coffees. I mean, in this day and age, that really does help me out. And I'm just not lying. Being an artist or musician, I'm almost 60, and here I am. I don't have a social life. I'm here talking about ribbon mics. But I love it, and it's educational for me to talk about this and see the way these are made to get a good idea of when I make my own mic, what I don't want to have in it. So that's what's brought me to my new design. I mean, my new mic is right over there. I wish I could show it to you. It's so fucking sick. It's basically my version of an RCA BK5. And those are that's like Soundgarden, Super Unknown, like Black Hole Sun. Those are all BK5s. Even a BK5 on the bass guitar on Soundgarden, Super Unknown. So it's pretty fucking crazy. So yeah, that's what I made, and I think in January it'll be coming up for sale, and I'll let you guys know some details. I'll do a whole video on it here. But I need to figure out right now is the gap. Um, if anybody wants to get a guess, usually the gap is between 4.5 millimeters to 5.5 millimeters. I can't really, looking at this, I'm gonna say, this came off. I need to glue that back on. I'm gonna say 5.25. So let me see here. Close. Take the bottom. Well, it's almost 5.25. All right, so I know the gap, and before I do that, I'm going to clean this because I don't know, just it's good. It's good practice to, before I put a new rib in it, just make sure there's nothing that's stuck to the magnets, which can add that. So that gap in that ribbon is 5.25 millimeters. That's pretty good. And that is an 1.5-inch ribbon or an 1.5-inch magnet. I use 91% alcohol. I know there would be a thing of using 100%. Problem is though, it evaporates so fast that when I'm working on a mic, I need sometimes that little wiggle room so so I can work on the mic. Kind of getting my brain together. I always do these live and I go, why did you go live? Man, you could be in your chonies right now doing this and no one watching you. No one's giving a fuck. Instead, you're just talking shit. Look at that. Work you to this. Thanks everyone that's tuning in. Never take it for granted. This is the most boringest shit ever. So I appreciate you guys digging this. So now I'm going to cut the ribbon, which is going to be fitting in that gap. There's nothing there right now. I just took out the ribbon. This is a ribbon microphone. No, I'm trying, man. These are the sheets that I use. I pre-cut these myself. They come in large sheets, about $100. And I can't afford to have anything happen to the large sheet. So I cut them into smaller sheets, which minimize me ruining these. This is so delicate that it's just foil kept between the two papers so it doesn't get destroyed, and it's that sensitive. So I'm gonna cut this so I can put that in a ribbon mic. So I've already measured it. It was 5¼ millimeters across. That's the gap right there. And you can't cut a ribbon to that gap. Just subtract about 10 or 15 from the actual number, and then I'll cut that to fit there. Sometimes these are crooked. This one looks pretty straight, so I can do a cut. If it's crooked, I may go a little bit thinner over here to thicker there, and then try to lay it in. It just depends. I try to get it as close as I can on both sides. Hold on, one more drink. Holy moly. So, my pan. We're really doing this, huh? You really wanted to go live, and you're going to talk to yourself for an hour. Well, but I got my homies here. As long as there's no weirdos. There's one guy that came in. I think his name was like Meat Salmon or something like that. He's like, bro, your mom, daughter. I was like, oh my God, dude, really? I'm like 60 years old. And I'm a musician, so it's not like I haven't heard shit. But the shock value of moronic stuff like that just doesn't even make me laugh. It's just kind of sad. Like, go to a CNN site or go to some like political site where you can get a rise out of someone. They're just musicians and people here working on a mic. You know, Long Dong Salmon Muncher is not gonna. What do they think you're gonna do? Fight with them online or something? It's so stupid. Or maybe they want something else. I don't know. Okay, that's good enough. So now I'm gonna cut the ribbon. I just got a nice box of new blades, and I will say, everything is fucking expensive. I could not believe how much this cost. It's just a box of razor blades. Jesus. But where were they made? I don't know. But wherever that is, they're fucking expensive now. And that's just the way it is. I have one new razor blade in here. That is it. Yes, it is. Yep, this one has a little bit of green on it, which I colored it. Okay, let me take a deep breath. I gotta remove my jacket. Because when I cut these, I usually don't have my jacket on. So I feel like it's weird. I have OCD when it comes to how I'm gonna cut the ribbon. If anything's strange, I can't cut it. I get nervous. It's an expensive sheet of aluminum. Okay, I got it. I got it now. I got you. Hold on a second. Let me move this over just a hair. It's kind of tripping me out. Put this out of the way so I don't step on it, drop it, ruin a sheet. Now I gotta get ready to corrugate that. Like cutting the ribbon, I have to get the corrugating area tight again. Mondo, my bass player, his wife, Nicole, she's pretty much a cooking wizard. And a few days ago, Mondo brought over some tamales, and he says that Nicole had made some. And I was like, oh my fucking God, yes, bring them over. So then tonight for my dinner was put them in the freezer. I froze them immediately so I can have them for that rainy day. And it was raining yesterday, and I thought, I'm going to eat those tamales. So tonight, my feast was cooking, reheating those tamales in a boiler that you could steam them with heat. Not really a microwave guy or want to cook them any other way. So I steamed them, got them hot. I had 2 eggs with it, and that's the way you do tamales. 2 eggs and tamales. Oh my God, man, it was so fucking good. Martin, thank you so much. Martin sent me 100. I don't know what 100 will turn out to be in dinero, but I will accept it. Or maybe it was 100 stars. If that's the case, thank you so much. So we're going to corrugate this. Give me 1 second. Let me get my brain together here. These are plastic tweezers that I use. They're all the same. The reason I tape them is these break really easy. And I roll up a knot of tape and I slide it in there. And then I tape that around it. So when I go to hold it like this, it never puts stress right there. And that's where they always break. So these have lasted me a long time, even though I bought a bag of some other ones. So when you see these, I just have the tape around it for that reason, just to keep these from breaking. I love these. These are so good to work with. And these are Gundam. If you go online for Gundam tool set, they're non-magnetic, probably made out of aluminum. And these ones, I've used these for like 4 years or 5 years. The little needle noses are bent from grabbing screws and tripping balls. But I love it. All right, hold on a sec. In my life right now, to be honest with you, I'm completely overwhelmed. I have so much shit going on in my life. I'm just trying to keep it together for recording, ribbon mics, and then having the deadline of my own microphone come up, and everybody's waiting for me to finalize some last decisions that really affect everyone financially because I have 4 partners. It's crazy. I literally have to okay a mic that they're going to build 100 pieces of it in Southern California. It's all actually all made in California, Southern California, actually, even 40 miles from me right now. The whole mic is made here. The only thing that isn't are the magnets, obviously. When you see in the news about magnets, I mean, they mostly come from China. I haven't been able to source them. Someone at NAM told me that there's a guy that has, I want to use Alnico magnets for some other mics. And I've got to speak to someone about sourcing out either Alnico or neodymium here. And Martin, thank you so much, brother, for sending me those. I appreciate that. So let's see here. I'm losing my mind. Oil out of the paper. Hold on. All right, so this is what the foil looks like before I corrugate it. It's just pure aluminum foil. It's good quality. I believe it's from Japan. So I've just corrugated it now. And I know I always talk about it. I think the biggest mistake of when you buy ribbons from overseas or Chinese mics, is they don't. I think once they corrugate them, they install them. And if you watch, there's some really cool videos on how things are made, and they do Royer. There's a whole little shot of them, how they stretch out these ribbons and stuff, and that's why Royers are great. If you can imagine, the ribbon has these teeth that you've made, and the first time you do sound pressure and it opens up, if it hasn't been stretched out, it's just going to be open and it's going to sag. But if you stretch it out until it's great, they go back to where they were, and it'll hold its form longer. So when I get these mics, after I get done, I have to stretch them. I'll show you right now. I'm using the, so this is what they look like, before I tape them. And I basically put a ball of tape there, so it's kind of keeping this joint from crack. It always cracks right there. So when I put that there, it now is flexing on that. It's making the structural point of that stress right here, not right here, and then I tape it. So that's why you see that look. So yeah, somewhere around here is where I put that ball of rope and just keeps them from breaking. Plastic tweezers are all over the internet. You can find them if you wanted to work with them. So I'm gonna stretch this ribbon. So when I talk about the corrugation, you can tell, there's a lot. And when I stretch it out, it becomes a little bit more space, but that's okay. So now it's kind of crooked. Maybe because I'm holding it crooked. I'm going to pull it straight. I can feel it expanding. It's okay, cool. So now that I let it go, you can see they're a little bit more spaced out. And then once I install it, by pulling it and tugging it, it'll stretch it out some more. Microphone to do this. Holy moly, I'm really gonna do this, huh? Really gonna do this live? Yeah, I am. Son of a bitch. Okay, put that over there. That's better. I want to keep this straight because I'm going to put alcohol in there, and I don't want the alcohol to drip in towards the magnet. Oh, dripping out is okay, but it's a lot more difficult to work with it when the magnet gets alcohol in it. So I'm putting a drop there, drop there. All right, so we're gonna work on this. Chaz is in the house. I did a few mics for Chaz. Hey Chaz, aren't you supposed to be asleep, dude? And are you really a night owl? It's late already in California, and what are you doing up, man? But it's a welcome sight. Glad you're here. I'm trying to get, now this is the part where I get the tension. So I'm flattening it out. this tape in. I mean, lock tape. I want to lock this foil in so I can kind of start to get an idea of how tight I'm going to want this mic to be. The tension. When it gets too fluffy like that, it's impossible to work with. Wow. You're really doing the deal there, Chaz. Chaz works for some really sick companies and has a sick studio out in the East Coast. You should follow his page. Has a really cool video of using a microphone that I had done for him that he did horns with. And if you see him in the comments, check out his page. He has that video posted there of having a Manny mic and using it. And I appreciate that video. It was so sick. So I just kind of locked it in. It looks pretty good to me. I'm going to check it in the light, make sure I got them straight. Pretty good. Down. Thank you, Chaz. Yeah, but check out. So Chaz is in the comments. Electric Owl Works. Go to his page. He has a really badass video of him recording a jazz band, and he had used one of the mics that was one of his favorites even before I upgraded it. He used to use it all the time, so he was super familiar with it. It was really great to hear him give me some real-time feedback on what he thought about the mic. So check it out and add him as a friend and watch his page, and he'll always be posting cool stuff. And he pretty much knows everything about everything on a lot of modern gear. He works for a really cool company. Check out whatever he'd be promoting or sharing in there. He worked with Chad Blake on those level lock plugins. Super sick. Yep, an R80, which is an MXL. It's a rarity. I don't see a lot of them, but he had one, and I was totally thrilled to work on that for him. The tricky part is putting this in and not having it fucking move. I'm not going to go all the way with that because if I twist it too hard, this will twerk that way. It'll grab the ribbon and put it out of line. So I have to be really careful. This is where it gets nerve-wracking. I don't want that to move. It already looks like it's slightly moved a little bit. The other one. I keep on wanting to put my thumb right there. That's a no-no. That ribbon will stick to my thumb, and when I go to move, it'll rip out. I'll be really bummed out. And I'm using my finger to keep the screwdriver from going into the ribbon. The magnets are pulling on the screwdriver. So I'm going to do one side not tight. And it's like doing a snare head. You just do one side, then you do the other. Then I'll start to tighten them. Because if you do one side too tight, it's plastic. So if I do this side tight, it'll buckle up like that. When I do this one, it'll bow up. And since it's only plastic, if it bows up, it's not making contact to hold the ribbon down, and the ribbon's going to slide. So what I want to do now that I've done that is to It's not going to be loose. All right. So technically I got one done, one side, and that's what it looks like now, which is crazy cool. Looks great. Looks as good as the other one. And now I need to tighten down this side, but I don't know how what's the tension like. I think I can get a little bit tighter. So now I'm going to put alcohol back on the Q-tip and try to loosen it by more alcohol and then pull it down. Let's see if that's in the middle. Pull it up to the light. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to put down the plate. So the brass plate is going to be the ground. The plastic plate is the positive because it's isolated on those two plastic plates. So that ribbon and that wire are never touching any of this until it reaches this side. Some black magic bullshit, but that's the way that works. Plate I've ever seen because that just came off. Oh, you know I fucking fucked up. No. This is a no-no. Holy shit. Oh my god. This plate fell off. And that's part of the ground because it has to have this smaller plate go on it. So this is the bottom and this is the top. And when I lifted it up, I saw that it fell, but I was too busy gapping. And so I have to glue that down because I can't have that move. Glue for a crazy guy. Now I need to make sure that these line up with that hole. That was a little bit of a bummer to forget that. Hopefully, because I have a really good resilient ribbon, I haven't really done any damage to it. But I gotta let that sit for a second because I want that to dry. As soon as I put the alcohol, it's gonna soak up into that and it could make that plate loose again. It's not that bad because the plate is just squashing the ribbon, but I want that plate not to move so when I start to set the ribbon in and adjust it, it won't move around. I can put in the screws. So now I'm going to rinse and repeat. In the hole. Hoochie poochie. That's what my wife tells me to say instead of fucking shit. So I don't know why I have to say hoochie poochie and then I say fucking shit after. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 60. I think I've lost my filter for bullshit. That's why when people write me stupid shit here, I'm just like, oh God, come on, man. I've been a musician my whole life. You really think you're going to tell me something that's fucked up and I'm not going to understand? No, the screws that are going, it was glued anyways, but the glue came out. It's the screws that go into the transducer that are making contact with the plate. The backside of this has a black ground wire that is soldered to this with the screw. So this becomes the ground all the way around. So when I screw that in, this is making contact and becoming the ground now. This is for Chris, that question. And thanks for asking. That is a good question. All right, so I'm going to drop some alcohol there. Holy shit. And then I'm going to try to repair my schnizzle manizzles, which I just fucking undid. Come on, don't fuck up on me. Wow. Right. Listen, motherfucking ribbon, you're going to do what I'm saying and you're going to go back exactly where you were. I like that approach. So I need to get this tensioned again. So there you go. I like that. I yell at the TV too. Matter of fact, I was yelling at some cars today. Are you fucking kidding me? Just like, I mean, can you drive any fucking slower to make a fucking right turn? I'm just looking to get past you. I got some ribbon mics to fucking do, and I'm talking to myself in the car. Okay, so let me look in the light to make sure that's in the middle. I think it's a little bit close to the left side. It's away from the left. There it goes. I hold the ribbon going down so the alcohol moves away and drips down away from the transducer. Because if it rolls into the magnets, it'll make the ribbon stick to the magnets, and I don't want that. It's gonna fuck up my day, but I gotta get this in the center. Hey Chris, I'm looking for a decent ribbon for ribbon price. That would you suggest? Are you looking for maybe you would send it to me, or are you just looking period for a ribbon mic that's something you'd be interested in? Because there is a question for both of those, or an answer. I'm sorry. My question. So what exactly are you looking to get a donor body that I can work on, or are you just looking generally asking me for fair ribbon? Now, would that be something that you'd want to send to me to work on, or something that you're just like, hey man, I just want to go to the store and buy one? Chris? if you're gonna go buy a ribbon, the golden age ones that I have here and these Cascades, they're all a few $100s. You can't really go wrong. What I like about these are the open baskets. They sound really good. And you maybe your best bet is to buy either a golden age or buy a Cascade. Um, the Royers that come in about $600 or $700, those are good. But I don't know about the fidelity of them, man. Royers are really strange. They sound really good on some things, but not generally everything. It's a really hard question, man. The mics, when you start getting up about $900 to $1,200, that makes a difference in the ribbon department. If you're looking on getting something crazy, Chris, this is one I've already done. I'm actually selling this for $475. I've already done it. It's the same. It's the identical mic as this fathead, except this is a golden age. Same company, same everything, insides. I had four of these. This is the last one. If you live in the US, I'll ship it to you for free. I'll insure it for $475 if anything happens. Also, if you blow the ribbon in it, just even if you blow the ribbon in it the first day you get it, it's just $30 and you cover the shipping and I'll repair it for you. And if you get a mic from me like this one and 1 year from now you're like, "Oh, hey Manny, can you put a new ribbon in it?" Just send it to me. It's $30 for the ribbon. You cover shipping and I'll do it. Now the reason I say that because ribbons are like tires in cars. Jack White, when he does a record, he uses all his ribbons and he gets them re-ribboned after because he knows he's wasted them. He uses Kohl's and stuff in AEA. But anyways, yeah, if you want a killer mic, this is a golden age I've done. It's already finished. It's done. So last of four, you should grab this one for the price. Just write me in my description. If you're looking to buy a mic, you can buy a golden age, probably $200 or $300. Cascades, $200 or $300. These are decent, but like I said when I showed you the before and after, it's a big difference in the sound. There isn't really any. Whew, the R144s I do, the MXLs, those one generally speaking sound good on everything from guitars to drums, vocals. They're just universally good. They're $99. You can buy them at Sweetwater. And what I usually have people do is look in some of my older videos and you see the green meanies. I paint them green and you buy them for 99 bucks. You ship them and you contact me before you buy them because you put in my shipping address in Sweetwater. And this way you don't have to pay for the shipping and they send it directly to my P.O. box. I fix them for you and then I ship them back to you, covering you the cost, insuring the mic, how much it costs, and it's $250 a mic for my upgrade, and I insure that as well. And then, like I said, if you blow the mics, you just send them back to me, and it's $30 for the ribbon material, which is about $100 a sheet, and then you cover the shipping, and I'll always get them done for you. So I don't know if that helps you, but there isn't really any market between 200 and 500 except what you see me upgrading here. And then you get into N8s, which are about 8 to 9 to 12 to 1400 bucks, I think, and then R84s. But the thing is, though, these can sound as good as N8s and R84s. And it's because I'm putting in a ribbon that's as good as the quality that they do at AEA. And I've been to all those companies. Like I said, I've even been to the SE microphone in Shanghai. I'm pretty hip to how they get the ribbon department done. And I tend to emulate my ribbon corrugation like Royers only because I believe that Royer makes the strongest ribbon, and I wanted to make the strongest ribbon, but I also have my own style of articulating the mids and highs, which Royer doesn't really do when they're microphones, because I believe, because it's the same transducer in a smaller body. This gap of the air that comes around the ribbon is amazing on how much you could hear. It's almost like a human ear. And I think that flexibility of the sound, the big cage, which I love, lollipop mics, I think these are your best bang for your buck, honestly. And if you want one, this is good to go. And if you bought it, I'd put it in the mail tomorrow. You'd probably have it by Friday or Saturday. So think about it, Chris. It just, you don't have to, but in the world of ribbon mics, unless you're going to drop 900 to 1400 bucks for an R84 or an N8, That's the top upper echelon. And if you don't want it, you could probably find a good SE Voodoo, maybe 600 or 700 bucks. But the only thing, when you start getting mics in the used market, they're kind of wasted already. So I wouldn't get a Voodoo used because you don't know what's happened to it. And that's how sensitive these are. It's sensitive ribbon. And like I said, you can get a Cascade and they'll sound decent, you know. Well, here's the thing, man. I just sent some mics to Canada for a buddy of mine in Vancouver, and it was like, I think it was like $60. If you can, okay, and this is for Chris. If you're serious about buying it, get my information in there. These I'm offering this for $475 plus shipping. If you buy this from me today, I'll include the shipping to you. I'll cover it. And that's only for Chris right now in the next 25 minutes because I'm liable to change that story. So if you want this, I'll send this to you and I'll cover the shipping to you in Canada. But you got to give me your full address, your full name, and you have to give me your phone number for the international shipping of this. And my email's in the description. Once, if you look at any of my last 2 or 3 videos, you're going to find my social media and you're going to find my personal email. I'll just tell it to you. My personal email is distortionfelix@yahoo.com. Distortion like the pedal, Felix like the cat, all one word. Felix is my middle name. And then at yahoo.com. You can write me an email. Send me your full name, your address. I'll give you my information on how you can pay me. And I'll cover the shipping to you in Canada. And I really appreciate you tuning in. So Chris, take me up on this, man, because this is the last of 4, and I don't know when I'm gonna get any more of these, or when I usually these ones I don't own these ones. These are people that send them to me, but this one I happen to buy a lot of for, and I'm gonna hook you up. It also comes with this awesome shock mount, and it comes in a really nice wooden box. So it's killer, man. And don't feel the pressure, dude. If you can, it's not a big deal. I'll sell it, but I definitely would take advantage of me having that done, finished. I can put it in the mail for you tomorrow. This one is about to get wrapped up anyway, so I just had that little mishap of that having to be glued down. It's glued now. I'm going to lock it in now with the plate. And also, Chris, I will check my email as soon as I close out and see if you've sent me a message. Either my social media, which is Manny's Mic Locker on Instagram, and then my mic company is called OGMC. All right, all good, man. All good. All the mics I've sent have been guys in Vancouver. One near Quebec, I think, was the other one. All good, brother. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. It slipped a little bit. Gotta get it. Don't want to fuck this up. Put this in. Yeah, living in Canada, man, really tough. Oh, but that was the other thing too. Just if I send it to you, I would declare it as being a gift. So if you purchased it and it comes in a brand new box, that's a little bit more difficult on your. I'm not asking you to do anything illegal. I'm just saying The last guy I did, I declared it as a gift. And since it wasn't brand new and it wasn't wrapped up and it was custom, he just said it was just a gift from a friend or a musician. He was able to get through being tariffed when he gets over there. This is a microphone. It's a ribbon microphone that I'm upgrading to make it sound a little bit better. Unscrew. Yeah, man, just send me a message. Like I said, the deal with you would be usually it'd be about 60 to 80 more on top of 475. But if you did the deal, I would just call it an even 475, and I would include this. It would probably be about $80 to ship it to you. And then I would just declare it being a gift, and it's not new. It's not in a box. It's used, and hopefully they wouldn't be brutal on you at the border. And it's the same thing with if you get them from Sweetwater. Those ones are cool because you just contact me and I'll give you my P.O. box. And you go to Sweetwater, buy 2 MXL R144s. I paint them green. You can see them, they're called green meanies. So they're not new when you get them back, they're painted. And that alone already tells you that, you know, they're not brand new, bought from Sweetwater, which they would definitely tax you on those. But they'll be coming as a gift from Southern California. Maybe 20 a piece or something. I don't know. Or but just $1. So I'm tightening each one of these little by little. And now this is crushing the glue that I had actually put in the bottom too. So, all right. So let me check it in the light to make sure this is good. Yeah, perfect. All right. So this one is technically done. Now this is the nerve-wracking part. Oh, fuck. Sometimes that fucks me up. Okay, there. if not my fault, but if that bracket is bent, sometimes when I pull out that last piece, it torques the whole ribbon because it wasn't making good contact there. But I was able to get through it. So this is the ribbon that I put in it. It doesn't have that like plastic look to it. It doesn't have that snap. So anyways, that's high grade aluminum that I put in it. So once again, this is one that I just did. And this is the brother or the sister to it. And this is the other one I did. So these two now, they look good. And this is what I'll be sending to my homie. And they've been tightened up. And obviously, I'll put the yellow tape on it, so this one will be like that. But yeah, these are great examples of some of the best sounding ribbons you can buy that are affordable. And if you don't have me upgrade them, you know, they're going to sound good. But once you upgrade them, they sound really, really great. Yeah, man. I mean, here's the deal. The green meanies, I don't have any in here. I'm all sold out. But if look at any of my videos, the green meanies are cool because it's one-stop shopping. You contact me, you go to the link, you buy them for, maybe they've gone up because of tariffs on that, and they may be 112. They go down. I've seen them at 99, and then the next week they're 112. I have no idea. But they're about $100. You go online, you buy a pair, and then you put in my P.O. box, and they ship them free shipping in the U.S. So you don't have to pay for the shipping. And then once I get them, you and I will work out a price of shipping them back to you. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And you got some really cool mics. All right, so this one is done. I've got to put the tape on it. But to the most part, well, just watch me do that too. Why not? So this is just regular packing tape. They all use that. All the Chinese mics have that. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Michael. I don't know if I missed the question. Yeah, it's a ribbon microphone that's kind of has some history of being a really cool ribbon mic, and they sound okay and they have a really good vibe of people liking them. But the ribbons inside were made in China, and they're kind of terrible. They're good, but just not great. And now I've done a ribbon design of Royer, which one is one of the greatest ribbon mic companies in the world. So Royer, AEA, Coles, these are all the most legit, and they're not all from the U.S. The Coles are from England, Buyers from Germany, Royers from Southern California. AEA is in Pasadena, not far from here. And basically, I'm getting a mic that technically would be an okay ribbon, not worth $1,200. And once I upgrade them, they sound as good as a $1,200 ribbon. And so it's basically like almost like someone that works at one of those big companies, and you can drop off this Chinese copy to them, and when you pick it up, it has a good ribbon in it. That's what I do. But I've been doing this for about probably 4 to 5 years, and I'm a producer myself. Just to let you know, I'll show you a little bit of what's going on here. This is my studio. Whoa. And there it is. I'm really serious. Those are ATCs, Yamahas, Ellen Smart. My playback system is an inward connections, MA5s, Brent Averill APIs, Wally Hyder API, electrical audio, set of Cytex. These are from Audioscape. The MAPs, oh my fucking god, dude, it's like Stevie Wonder sound. Those are the mic preamps there. That's my favorite Neve. And I've got some more stuff around here. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not just necessarily talking shit. I'm talking shit. I have a studio, but I happen to love doing this. So that's the difference. Yeah, the 1178 is actually an Audioscape. It's called an AS78. And that Audioscape was made off of my own 1178. So I had 1178, and I talked to the owner, Chris. And I told Chris, you should make a copy of this. And he goes, oh, we started. And I said, well, mine is one of the greatest examples I have of one. So they ended up having my 1178 for almost 3 months. And then after 3 months, they sent me back that AS78, and I sold mine because I love it. I use it every day. So yeah, man, I walk it, I talk it. I'm not just some guy living in his mom's house, playing shit back on a Mackie and telling you that my sounds are good. You couldn't tell. Nothing against Mackies. You cannot tell. And my ATCs, they tell me real quick if there's any distortion in these microphones or they're not sounding good. That's kind of my deal. Oh yeah, man, you have a 260 VU, man. I have that too. I have this 260 VU. And I gotta say, man, you have the 1178. Cool. Dude, the LA3s are so bumped. That's the Chaz. If you can, guys, the MAPs of those maps, those guitar preamps are made out of something like off a Stevie Wonder record. They just sound fucking cool. It's almost like Flickingers. All right, so let me get this done. Everybody needs to go to bed, myself included. I just want to show you as I finish off this mic, the last things I'm going to do to this. And Chris, good to meet you, man. Please contact me if you're interested. And I'll make it work out. I've sent mics all over Canada, so we can figure it out. And Chaz is my witness. He's got a bunch of my mics I did. Right, Chaz? Come on, Chaz. Tell me that I'm good. This screen is just to protect the ribbons. It's not a sonic thing. Yeah, and also, hey Chris, check out Chaz's page, Electric Outworks, man. He's got some cool videos there. And if you want to know anything about my mics, you can tune down the way. I have some guitar demos of using the MXLs. I have drums. I have acoustic guitars. You got to go farther back for some of the earlier ones on the MXLs, but I love them. That is pretty much good to go. I just got a lock in the head basket. And so this is the one I did today. And this is the one I did yesterday. Consistency is always doing them great. So there's an example of two that I did back to back. And then like I mentioned earlier, the Avatone, same thing. But this is an example of, this is the factory, and this is the one I did. And I'm going to replace that one later. I have one more mic to do. I just did this today, earlier today, and I've got to go do this one and do another one, and that's going to be good to go. And speaking of good to go, these two are totally good to go. So now these fatheads, I believe, sound equivalent to about $800 to $1,400 ribbon mics. And that's why I love doing these, because you saw my studio. I'm fucking serious about this shit. I love the fact, in my day and age when I started recording, options like these weren't available. There are no $400, $500 killer fucking ribbon mics, honestly, on the market. The closest you can do is get a used Voodoo, or maybe if they're on sale from $499, $500 to $600. But the Voodoos don't have the openness of some of these mics. And also the Voodoos don't have a Manny ribbon in it. So my company is called Original GravityWave Microphone Company. I'm on IG. All my information's in there. If you're interested in getting some donor bodies or you have mics like this, let me know. One-stop shop. If you look at my green meanies and any of my other videos, it's just to go buy a pair from Sweetwater, but you talk to me first. I give you my P.O. Box, free shipping in the United States, and then I'll ship them to you. And if you live outside the country, we'll figure it out. And these are the tops to that. And that's it. And also, this is up for sale. I mentioned earlier, it's exactly the same as these. This is a Golden Age. These are Cascades. Pinnacles, Golden Age, Cascades. It's the same microphone minus these head baskets. I love this flat profile because you can put it right up on a small amp. This one is $475 US shipping. Hit me up if you're interested in this. This is already done. I do not own these. These were sent to me, just to be clear. All right, everyone, take it easy. Please add me. Please subscribe. And also, you can buy me a coffee still. And if not, you can become a member. And when I premiere my original GravityWave prototypes, which will be on sale probably next year, if you're a member, I'll show it to you. All right, everyone. Peace out. Thank you all. Thanks to my homie that sent me some hundreds, I think it was stars or something. I appreciate that. All right, talk to you all later.